everybody. So this episode of the podcast is just going to be a basically on Thursday night at Huntstock. We had VIP party, all the vendors, sponsors, content creators getting together. Anybody who had a super pass was there or was allowed to come. And we had a discussion on the Moultrie Mobile stage with everybody, but up on stage we had William and John Altman and me and Pat Burns, and we talked about wanting to do a film festival at Huntstock next year. And we wanted to be centered around the Northeast content only, and introduce big prize money, which we're going to need to get sponsored. So we don't know exactly how much prize money. We don't know many of the details yet. We want everybody listening to this or watching on YouTube, whatever. We want you guys to chime in and give us thoughts on how you think, it should be structured. Just suggestions. We're going to have a big, open discussion about it until next year. Now, we want to obviously come out with some parameters, some guidelines before this hunting season. But we will have a film festival at Huntstock 2024. There will be big prize money. And by big, I just mean, bigger than some of the other established film festivals out there. I don't want to commit to any actual dollar amount yet because we're going to take sponsorship money and put that back to the creators. But anyway, the things that we know for sure, it's going to be Northeastern content creators only. It will take place at Huntstock next year, and it'll be big prize money. We want to hear from all you guys. So listen in to the discussion about it. We had a great, open, healthy discussion Thursday night at Huntstock this year. And then chime in the comments here. Any ideas, suggestions, parameters, whatever you got. But this should be something super exciting for the Northeast community. It's going to be bigger prize money than a lot of other film festivals, at least that we know of and we did some research on. And it's just for us, baby. It's the Northeastern guys. It's harder to hunt up here. We don't get a lot of love in the content and the video side. A lot of those other film festivals, you got bighorn sheep hunts and a lot of elk stuff, and which that's just, a lot of us might like to travel and do that stuff, but we want this to be for the Northeastern hunting style: deer, bear, moose, turkey, that kind of stuff that we do every day. So again, I'm just rambling again, but watch it. Comment below if you have any suggestions on things we should do, things we shouldn't do. We're going to put everybody's stuff together, and probably, I would say, sometime in October, we'll kind of announce some more parameters around it, rules, things like that. But as you're going out and hunting this year, just think about putting together a story that you'd want to share before Huntstock next year, and put together a nice little film, because I think it's going to be something pretty special. So let's get into, here it is, the discussion from Huntstock this year on the Moultrie Mobile stage on Huntstock's Film Festival in 2024.
If everyone wants to grab a seat, relax a little bit. We're a new band. It's a quartet.
You can actually rap.
Yeah, I'm on.
Why don't you just do that?
Who wants to hear Pat rap?
No, you don't want to hear that. I retired. Both Pats.
Not me. I'm too rusty. So, hey, first of all, everybody, thank you for being here. A little bit of rain's not going to stop anything. The forecast looks awesome next couple of days. But Huntstock could not happen without everybody here, so a round of applause for everybody in here, please.
Yeah, all you guys and the volunteers too, man. We've been going crazy the past couple of days, so we're super excited to have you guys, and it's going to be great.
Yep. Wildwood Farm, a super beautiful farm, awesome people. Let's give a round of applause just for Wildwood, please. So what we're going to do, Pat and I met the Altmans. We've got John Altman and William Altman here from Hunting, Maine. We met them earlier this year. We had spent quite a bit of time together.
Yeah, out at ATA.
We went to the ATA show where their film The Gift was nominated for the Badlands Film Festival. And we had an experience there. It's a great film festival, but we feel there might be some room for improvement there. And we want to do something for the Northeast with a Northeastern focus, right?
Yeah.
So, John, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I think we kind of birthed the idea, maybe the night of or the night after the film festival, and thought that, we could probably kind of do something like this in the Northeast and really celebrate the Northeast with films that are made right here, And I'm not sure we want to propose to kind of run it quite the same. I think we want films that are made in the hunt space. I don't think we want to put a whole lot of criteria on how they're made. I think they're going to be ultimately viewed by a board. I think we need to probably find 6 or 7 folks. I kind of like the idea of six judges that are on the sidelines judging the films, and then the viewer is being the 7th viewer, judge. So they could kind of call in and potentially, vote for the films that they think are the best. And there's been a lot of different ideas about time frame and how long the films should be, and I think we should really, and this is open for everybody's input.
Yeah,
tonight.
we want to get everybody's input here. That's why we're doing this.
I'm just throwing ideas out right now, and we can kind of all talk about it. But I don't think we should put timelines on them. I think if somebody wants to submit a film that's 2 minutes long, that's great. And if somebody has a film that they think is worthy of 55 minutes, and submit 55 minutes. I think you need the time to tell the story that you want to tell. So those are just sort of some basics, that we might sort of start the conversation with. But the idea would probably be that these films would be viewable online prior to Huntstock next year, and the public would have a chance to vote, and then the board would have a chance to vote, and then the 3, probably the first, second, and third place films would be shown here at Huntstock, maybe tonight, next year tonight, That's kind of the idea that I think we've kind of kicked around in the think tank at the moment. So,
but just to set the stage a little bit, so we were at Badlands, and it's the most prestigious film festival for the hunting and outdoor space right now, right? And these guys put together an incredible film, a really incredible moose hunt. They've got a really talented team. I mean, William is an awesome cameraman is the wrong word, right?
Cinematographer.
Yeah, sure.
Cinematographer. Really, really tremendous stuff. And we're not biased on it. They did have a top 3 film, but the way that film festival worked, it just seemed unfair. Didn't it seem a little bit unfair?
It wasn't reflective at all. Just some of the ways that they positioned how each film was. So at the end, when there was judging, there was no recap of what film you watched. So by the time you got to the 10th film, you forgot what 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 were. All you remember were the last couple. So certain things like that. And just
it's a little bit of a popularity contest.
The way they do
their voting.
And you could definitely tell at the end that whoever had the biggest brand behind them kind of won. You could totally see that. So,
but hey, it's great, and it's really an honor to be there and everything. So that part was great, and I think this is different. This is the Northeast, so we get to cut the deck a little differently.
We're our own breed here.
Let's do our own thing. Let's not be that film festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking about putting some sort of coins up, right?
Oh yeah. So, what was first place at the?
It wasn't enough.
It was $1,500 or $2,000 or something, but I mean, they definitely probably made $20,000 in sponsorship, or much more maybe than that at the film festival. What we want to do is raise some money from sponsors that want to get behind the film festival, and then give every penny of that back to the content creators, and build a bigger prize pool. So instead of $2,000 for first place, it should be $5,000 or maybe $10,000. Whatever that we can raise for sponsorship, we'll put back into the prize pool and for the top 3, so that it's not a small fee. We work so hard, and you guys, I've never put a film out, but you guys work extremely hard on the filming part, and a lot of you in the audience work really hard on the filming part. You should get there should be a huge opportunity
Incentive,
for
yeah. It should be a bigger incentive.
a big prize pool, right?
for sure.
It's great. Yeah.
Even beyond first place, second place, and third place should all be,
Yeah, big-
compensated as well, for sure.
Third place should be higher than
First place
Badlands,
at Badlands, 100%.
Yeah. So what we want to do is open up discussions, just have an open discussion with everybody. If you have ideas on maybe parameters and just whatever you think, just shout it out, and
yeah,
we'll have an open discussion.
I'd like to just say, like, who might be interested in submitting a film, like, next year? Like, just raise your hand. Like, right.
Good.
Okay.
Is that Primitive
Yeah,
Patriot?
yeah,
I know
yeah.
Just Hunt Club
Right.
wants to.
Right. Right.
Outdoor Drive wants to do some stuff. I'm sure Beyond the Boundaries does. Rhode Island. I mean, everybody who films in the Northeast, right?
Right. Awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, the rain has to pick up right when you are going to say something. Can you say that a little louder? Or you can come up here. Can they
Yeah.
see your film to see what the bar looks like for a film festival like film?
Yeah, but we don't have to set the bar. I mean, it's whatever we do in the Northeast, really. I mean, you got to remember that Badlands is films made from anywhere around the world, and I think we actually believe that they really should have to originate, the story has to originate in the Northeast. And I think we got to draw a line there, say what it is, but
Pennsylvania, yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
Maryland,
We'll give you
I don't know.
Connecticut,
We'll figure it
why
out.
not?
Yeah. Yeah, I've hunted in Maryland. I think Maryland should be out. No. Yeah. Yeah.
What do we think of? Has anybody been to a film festival before?
Oh, okay. So you wondered how you could watch a film. So, like, you can see our films on YouTube. Hunting ME, and they're there, and usually there's some indication that they were a selected film for Badlands. We had 2 that were selected the last 2 years. So, but I don't think anybody should think that that's the bar necessarily. I think you could film an incredibly creative, interesting film, and you could film it on your phone. I mean,
100%.
That's why I really think that we I don't think that judging would be on cinematography. That would be an element to it, but I think it's storytelling. I think it's what you choose to do. There's just really a lot of categories that I think the judges could be instructed to kind of look at. And it's definitely not, it's not cinematography at the top. It's really not. So
It's all about the story. Cameras just tell the story, help tell the story, but a good story is a good story no matter what you got shooting it. And that's really what's most important. So
I don't know if anybody knows, but a lot of what William does on the cinematography side, does anybody seen Donnie Vincent's stuff, his films? He's his cinematographer. So all of that's, you're really, he's got a great eye for it. And that, we just feel like that should come into play when you're in a film festival. It should be not a popularity contest, which it kind of did feel like it was that way. And again, there's nothing against the Badlands, but we're Northeastern hunters here. This is a Northeastern festival. We've got the best hunters in the Northeast, the best content creators in the Northeast here. This is a place to change the game a little bit on the film festival side.
yeah, and I think that this is an inspiration, right? This will inspire people. First year, I'm sure it'll be, it'll be a little slower, and it'll pick up, and people are going to want to produce better and more content, because of this film fest.
Yeah.
For sure. That's all we're about, right? We're just trying to shake things up, change the game, innovate, put a new spin on things, highlight, our heritage here, and just
Yep.
keep
And
elevating.
if there's any sponsors in here who like the idea, just get in touch with us after, because we want, again, all of the money from the sponsorship will go back into the prize pool for the content creators. So, hit us up after about that. But just some of the things to recap that. The Badlands Film Festival there were 10-minute films, right? There's
Yeah.
a 10-minute time constraint on it.
They have a 10-minute limit. So, for us, oftentimes we've made a film and it's, say, 35, 40 minutes long, and then we have to crunch it down into 10 minutes to fit their format. I don't think we should do that. I really don't.
So the only reason why they did that is because everybody watches it in a theater, and you can't conceivably watch 10 1-hour-long films at a film festival, right? So they constrain it that way. That's why we're thinking about innovating a different way and not having the vote be live and captive to who's in the room, but releasing the films early, releasing them on people's own YouTube pages, and we'll promote it on our film festival page and link out to the YouTube pages or wherever you want to show it. And you can watch them on your own time in the weeks leading up to the film festival. Right. And then we'll announce the winners at Huntstock. So then there's no time constraints.
Right. No, I think that's great. Yeah.
Does anybody have any of the content creators like Just Hunt Club? You guys got any ideas on what might, things we got to figure out is how do we select, what are the criteria? How do we select the right board?
John's out. He's not in. No. We're not letting him in.
So he said, how do you avoid the popularity contest?
So one idea might be if the judges of the films are independent, they're independently they could maybe get together and watch all the films together, or they watch them independently and they rate them, and then there is a public vote, but that's only one vote of 7 votes. So right. I think it's kind of manages the popularity piece, but more like if you have an idea, I think it'd be great to.
Yeah, I just think that's the hardest thing to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like at Badlands, they have a vote. The right at the end of the 10 films, they say, all right, text this number, and whoever gets the most texts wins. So whoever has the most followers and the most, backing, and that's who's going to get the most texts.
Also, what about for us, we create content throughout the year, put it out, semi-live or however you see it, so to us that's super valuable, right? So how does that work? Like, it's hard for us to remove that content back for something that's weekend. I mean, it's great, but, for our partners and stuff like that, that's a problem.
Right. That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
So for content creators that if you didn't hear it, putting out semi-live content like Just Hunt Club does, the Hunting Public does, right? If you've seen that semi-live stuff, I think there's no reason why you can't put out semi-live stuff. You have the footage still, right? And then hold it and put it into a longer form. You can weave in. I don't think you should be penalized for putting footage out that's already been out in a semi-live content, right?
No,
I mean, if it's good footage and
it's a remix.
If it's a good story, it can still be a piece of this film fest.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be like the first time it's being aired,
Yeah.
I don't think so. And John, you can take the footage and you can make one story out of it, and you can turn around and make another story out of it. And so, I think that could happen. Yeah.
The lengths of videos, should there be like a minimum and a maximum? Not just like a set 10 minutes, but like...
I don't think there should be a set 10 minutes. I think we felt very pinched in having to do that. And I just believe that as a content creator, you get to choose. You could bore the viewer, and that's just going to work against you. Or you can also move it at a pace where you leave too much out in between, and you've lost the message too. So I think that's where it really becomes, that's where the person potentially doing the editing or telling the story really gets to shine, right there, because you can decide if it. I don't think anybody's going to submit a film that's an hour long. I mean, we don't do that. But 30 minutes, sure. And I've seen some incredible stuff that, you watch in 3 minutes.
What's Donnie's what's that like 6-minute
Who We Are piece.
Who We Are,
Right.
like incredible. Like I love
Super
that
dope.
Who We Are piece. That's 7 minutes long.
Right.
That could easily win a film festival like this, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Except it wasn't filmed in New England.
Weston.
Yeah. So I think one of the things that on the popularity side would be like not letting one brand run the show. I've seen a lot of film festivals be ruined by that because whether it be voting or just playing favorites.
Right.
I think it's a mix up. You still have to have sponsors, but you have to have a mix up across the board.
Yeah. So
One can overpower it.
sponsors wouldn't have any control over anything. They would just pay. They would get some branding, right, and be a part of the show, but they wouldn't control anything. I think the idea of having a governing board of some sort would eliminate that, right, where no brand could come in and exert their influence on anybody. But we got to figure out how we choose that governing board,
Right.
too,
Right.
right?
Which is going to be a sacrifice for some people too, because you want people that we want guys like you to be assessing it. So you want people of
Yeah, you can't be somebody who's submitting a film and also be on the governing board, of course, right? So, and this is going to be an ongoing conversation for the next 6 months. So people don't have to give their input here. Think about it a little bit. Send us messages, and we'll have an open conversation for the next 6 months as we're figuring this out.
However, you don't have 6 months to think about it because you gotta start filming now.
Well, the filmer
so-
shouldn't have to think about
No,
that too much,
Yeah,
Just
but-
film and do what you do well.
Right. I think that if there's anybody that's here that's not interested in submitting a film, but maybe interested in being a judge,
Yeah.
that's very needed, So that would be a good thing to get to Pat and Pat on. So, yeah. Oh, okay.
Tim had a question.
Yeah, just I think you started to answer it there, but just time frame. You're looking at the kind of the season between this Huntstock and next Huntstock, so someone can't grab something they did 2 years ago and submit it.
I don't know.
What do you think about that?
I
That's
mean,
that's a great question.
If you go back into your archives and, that'd be something that should be considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's
Right.
only one submission per, company or whatever you want to call it, brand. So, if it's something you've got that's really good that was 2 years ago, then I don't see why it wouldn't fit. And then next year you can't submit it again because you already did it once.
Right.
So if it's what you got and it's what's right and what fits.
It may be a way to really raise the bar the first year, is to allow people to kind of
Go
look
in the
back
archives?
into their bag and see what they might have that might be appropriate.
And that also would solve the semi-live, issue too. If you open it up to 10 years ago stuff all the way back to there, semi-live, that will have no impact there. You know what I mean?
Could,
That's just
yeah.
remixing old footage.
Yeah.
You said one per company.
For submissions,
Like,
Well,
What
I
do you
mean,
think?
like if we were to submit one hunting ME, I think one submission per brand per year.
like
if you got a group.
the outdoor drive, right? If you guys work on 4 films, so that's a good question too, though.
I don't think you submit more than one film.
Yeah.
I think it's one film. I think otherwise it's just you're going to have I don't know, lots and lots of films that
Somebody could submit 20 films.
yeah.
Yeah.
One per person, because like we have 5 guys, and they all film on their own.
But it's under one
Hunt Club, they have a bunch of guys.
but I think it would be just Hunt Club submitting a film, like
Choosing the best story
choosing
out
the
of
best of the film that's coming out of their
But that's a
their
very
group.
valid thing that we will think about for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
These-
I think if you're releasing something as an individual, if William Altman is going to release something for myself,
He
then
could do
sure,
that outside of
I
hunting
guess,
me,
but
right?
I mean, just because I'm in a hunting ME brand, I would release it under our brand. But if you wanted to release something, I would think under your own name, and you were separate of maybe you did it on the side and you were working on your own, sure,
Yeah, that's a very valid. That's something definitely to think about though and talk about.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any ideas, any parameters, anything you want to throw out? What about you, Joe Donito?
The only thing I can say,
Joe, do you film yourself?
I'm going to this year.
You are?
I am.
All right.
Jeff Doyle got me a pack.
Awesome.
The only thing I'd like to contribute is I don't know about thought it's kind of hard for a big woods guy like these main guys and whatnot to compete against somebody sitting in a tree stand. I think there should be different categories.
Okay.
It's a good idea too.
Yep. So Joe says different categories. It's a little bit different filming a tracker than it is, somebody that can sit in a tree stand, right? What do you guys think?
I mean, for example, like we hypothetically could have submitted the last track, which is about dog tracking.
Yep.
Has nothing to. It's not even a hunt.
Yeah.
So I mean that doesn't. I don't really see that there needs to be categories really. I mean that could just be, if it's really good film and it's about and it's sort of in the hunting space and it's really good and people are like that's awesome, that's the top 3.
Yep.
But it's not even necessarily a hunt. It's just in the space. I don't think it. Right.
Yeah, Hal's. Yep.
Right. I mean the Brutus film you're talking about. I mean that's got 350,000 views on YouTube. Right. Right. So I mean it can be done in whatever I guess category you're in. It can be good work.
Yeah, there probably doesn't have to be parameters on it as long as it's in the space.
So a little insight. Badlands has 2 categories. They have a feature film category, which is 10 minutes or less, and then they have a short category, which I think, Nick, is it 2 minutes? 2 minutes. So it's 2 minutes or less. I mean, it's possible to do something like that, but I don't see the need. I mean, I think it's all in how it's left, when you watch it and how you're left feeling about it. Does it make you smile? Does it make you laugh? Does it make you, are you in all of what happened? There's all of those things, and I think that's the opportunity, so, yeah.
Yep. But again, like this will be an ongoing conversation. There's no way we'll get all the parameters done, in the next few months on this. So, like all of this is great, and just because we're up here on a stage on the microphone doesn't mean like what we're saying is the right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna take
No.
everybody's
Yeah.
input for
Yeah.
the next 6 months before this thing even starts.
We're just letting you guys know that we're thinking about it and we want to do something for you guys, really.
Yeah. For the Northeast.
You guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Ian, you had a question?
I think with the Northeast, it's difficult. Like Joe tracking, myself tracking, you don't always find something. And it's hard to make a film where you just walk around the woods aimlessly. Maybe some section where it's either a successful hunt or a not successful hunt. Trying to buy those stories and tell different perspectives and rely on
I think that's something that could really set your film apart from others. If 9 of the submissions are successful hunts, right? There were even some in Badlands, I think, that were not successful hunts, but it's the underlying story behind
How
it.
they went
that,
about it.
I don't think we need to categorize successful, not successful, but I think that can set you apart a little bit, right? It could just be about shed hunting too.
Yeah, I mean, if you made a top 3 film and you didn't, succeed in killing something, I mean, that's a great accomplishment, And
I think to simplify it too, the less we separate categories with running an event and anything as simple as you could possibly make it, especially early on. Then later, once you get the groundwork done, later you could open up different categories and segments and stuff. But if we make it too complicated early, that could be a big risk factor, I think. Ryan, is that Ryan? Who's that? Cameraman Chris.
Oh.
Yeah, but if people are viewing it before you come to Huntstock, not a captive audience, how many films do you watch on YouTube that are over 5 minutes at home? So you watch none of your own content that you film. Because everything you put out is over 5 minutes, bro.
But see, that's where the opportunity is, because if that's what you really believe, and I'm not going to disagree, it's like,
I mean,
then do it.
You should make a 5-minute.
You should make a 5-minute film. But if somebody says, this incredible thing happened and I need 25 minutes to tell the story,
and
let
maybe
them do it.
And maybe the 5-minute wins and the 25 doesn't.
Right.
So
right.
be it. You know,
Right.
that's what it is.
But as creative people, it really does suck to have a parameter, doesn't it? Like
Oh,
creativity
yeah,
in itself is open-minded, open-ended, everything.
Yeah,
so
no
to
boundaries.
put parameters on it really
Nick's got a question out there.
stifles that.
So, going back to the voting
Popular
that's an
vote.
interesting idea.
Like a top 3 jury, and then like
Maybe even a
public,
separate
The
prize.
electoral and the popular.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah.
Like to have,
Right.
have the board, which hopefully, if everything is run the way we want it to be, which is equitable, there's absolutely no influence. There's no influence from brands, and then to have a separate prize that's different for popular vote, so you still have that layer too. That's really good input. That's a great idea. Have at least somebody or a couple seats on the board outside of the hunting community.
Absolutely. One of those people needs to be that, judging on that criteria. For sure. And that's why I just think you have to find, these guys have to find diversity in that.
I don't think it's
that
going to be
judge.
too hard to find the right
No,
people.
I don't either.
I mean, I'm just thinking like Lee right off the top of my head. Maine moose biologist. Like, he's super passionate about hunting.
Right.
And he has no interest in, like, favoritism at all. I
Right.
mean, I've talked to him many times.
Right.
Like, he would, he's a stand-up guy, and he would watch them all.
Yeah.
And I don't think it'd be that hard to find the right people.
That's great input, Raph. Thank you, man.
Right.
Awesome.
Anybody else? Why don't we draw a couple door prizes, and then as
door
we're doing
prizes.
that, you guys think about
Might
some other
inspire
questions,
something.
maybe, right?
Red tickets. These are ones. I see two cases. over here.
Which one has less in it? The red?
The red has less.
Okay, so Moultrie Mobile is giving away 5 swag bags with some cameras, and that's for content creator groups only. So why don't we draw one out of the red bucket first, Pat?
Go ahead, John.
You gonna pick your own?
Maybe. I don't know if I can see it.
Get your tickets out.
No, these ones have names on them.
Oh. This is for a Moultrie Mobile swag.
Beyond the
bag.
Boundaries, first one. Yeah.
Oh!
All right.
All right. I got you.
Porter, you writing this down?
You can get him from Porter after. He's back there at the table.
Are we doing another red?
One, right?
You got a white one?
Oh, you got a white one?
All right, we got a white one. All right, so hold on. So the white prizes, we've got
Match the
a
ticket.
Utica cutlery knife, one of 20 made with a Huntstock logo. Those are awesome. We've got a
You
bow-minded
got a white ticket in your hand.
Bow-minded T-shirt. You can get anything from Bow-minded's group. See Bow-minded if you get drawn there. We got 2 $100 vouchers for the anything in the Huntstock merch, and then we've got WTF camo. It's like not a growler, but tumbler. We got a tumbler and some hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Ghost pepper steak sauce. That he says is not hot, but it definitely is.
Ghost pepper. Sounds hot. White one?
Yeah, let's do a white one. Let's do the Utica cutlery knife right here.
All right. All right, we're counting numbers here with my one eye. 2, 4, 1, 0, 3, 0.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, go grab it now so that Porter knows. Yeah.
Yeah, Porter's right there in the back.
Did we miss another prize there
Who
too?
got it? Cody got it?
And he has a ticket already. Is that yours?
No,
Oh.
these are the ones you got to match. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the bow-minded shirt and another white ticket.
Another white
Yeah.
ticket? Go ahead.
So
Pass
I'm
this
actually
down to Pat.
I'm wearing a bow-minded shirt. They're pretty awesome. These flannels. All right. 241040. You got it, Mardik? All right, nice.
Nice.
So have you met Yeah, you're standing right next to him. So that's an IOU. Just go, go see him tomorrow. Let's do another Moultrie Mobile camera.
Nice. Red one?
Red ticket,
Red.
content creators.
Moultrie Mobile swag bag.
See it.
The Cowboys, the 80K Cowboys got it.
Awesome.
Do you guys use trail cameras? Yeah. Perfect. That's what these mobile cameras are for. You don't want to go back out there 4 miles and check it. All right, so 80K Cowboys got one porter. Let's do one more and then maybe open for some questions again. If there's no more, we can just buzz through them.
Another red one?
Yeah. Because I know people want to party too. You know, have a couple more beers maybe, and
Somebody's got some small handwriting.
I know Jim does.
How does this guy win 2 in a row? Steve, the madman.
Is that a red ticket?
Yeah.
All right, that was supposed to just be like say outdoor drive on it.
So outdoor drive.
Did you guys all put separate red ones in there from the outdoor drive? All right. All right, so you guys win that one, and if you draw another one in there, you don't get it. Does anybody else have any ideas about the film festival? Any comments? Yeah, that's a good idea. Put a living legend on the board. Jim Massett, Lanny Benoit, or Connecticut Carl?
Good idea.
Yeah, Hal, but I think he was talking about the Living Legend series that
yeah.
I've done with just those 3 so far. All right, let's draw another red one.
Go ahead, Will. Reach in there.
And somebody think of one more good input on this film festival idea.
Cody McIntyre?
Cody McIntyre, is that somebody in Outdoor Drive? Just Hunt Club?
Just
All
Hunt Club.
So Just Hunt Club wins that one, and you guys can't be drawn again in the red ones.
You just won cameras.
Yep.
Yeah.
And let's do a white one.
White.
Let's do one more white one. This will be for $100 merch credit in the Huntstock merch booth. 241011.
That ain't me.
Is that you?
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Good job.
So, yeah, Dad, just go back there and write your name down, and tomorrow just go into the Huntstock booth, and we'll have your name down. You can get $100 worth of stuff. What else? Let's do the definitely not but super hot sauce from WTF Camo.
One of these?
Yeah, one of the whites and the tumbler. Yeah.
Let's see. 241004. 004. Nobody? 004.
There you go. Some hot sauce.
Who got it? Another
Got it
cowboy?
over here. There it is.
All right. Go get your hot sauce back there, a tumbler.
Down
your-
back on the left.
Keep your beers cold. Just Hunt Club's throwing the camera back in, so we'll redraw that one. Another red ticket.
Not too many left in there. Let's see.
Do you guys have another camera sponsor? That's probably it, right?
Tim Bulldog.
Timmy Bolduck. So the Woodman Arms team, which, by the way, hey, Timmy, where are you? Are you here? Timmy, come here for a second. Come up here.
Come on down, Timmy.
So Woodman Arms is starting a content team, and just tell everybody about what you guys are doing at your booth to name your team. That's a cool promotion this week.
Yeah, so we've been struggling to come up. We put a team together, and we haven't been able to come up with a name. So I built a muzzleloader, a 50 cal muzzleloader, and we're going to have just a little bucket, piece of paper. You submit names. If we pick a name, you're going to win the muzzleloader. So
Whatever you think their team name should be. They're
Yeah,
going to
so-
talk about it at their campsite every night and go through them and
Yeah,
pick
so
one.
if anybody's got any good ideas, it doesn't have to be Woodman Arms. It doesn't have to be like Pro Staff, anything like that. You know, like the Hunting Public. It's just a neat name. So anything like that right there, put it in the bucket. If we like it, we're all going to agree on it, and you get a free muzzleloader.
You'll win a custom Woodman Arms muzzleloader from that.
And you can redraw on it.
Redraw?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right, we'll redraw that again.
The Woodman Armadillos.
Another red.
The odds are getting good if you haven't been picked. There's not that many in there.
Woodman Arms.
Take that.
says something Noah. What do you got? You got that one? Noah?
All right, we're throwing it back. Throw it back.
Another one?
Yeah, another one.
I think there's only about 5 left in here.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
We're going to win something.
There's
I
plenty of
think.
content
I feel it
groups here.
now.
Jake Lynch.
Jake.
Another Just Hunt Club one? Or throw that back?
Oh.
Can't even give it away.
I'll take him.
Porter, you're fired, man. You were supposed to tell people to put one ticket in there per content group. Trevor. Man-child outdoors. How about that?
Yay.
All right, is that 3 that we've given out now, Porter? 3, so we got 2 more? Beyond the Boundaries. You were supposed to only put 1 in there.
They won something else.
Oh, did you guys win something else?
Yeah, they won on a white.
All right. Did you win a camera or was it different something else? All right, you get picked for the camera. Hunting Maine. All right.
Hey, finally.
Here we
Might be
go.
the last one in there.
Man-child. What's going on here? Rhode Island whitetails. How about that?
All right.
There we go.
All right, so that's it for the cameras. And
So I got a question about this film. Back to the film fest. If the 3 selected films, let's say there was a first, a second, and a third place film, what night would everybody want to watch those films at Huntstock?
Saturday. I heard a lot of Saturdays. I heard Thursday, Friday. The thing I would say about Saturday is it's a really long day for everybody, and it's super busy. So doing it on a more low-key night might be good.
Is it going to be open to like the public in general, or just like people that are here?
I think it should be open to the public.
Yeah.
I think
Friday night
there'd be
after
a lot
5
of
is free
hype.
already.
A lot of hype and if you're doing prizes and all that. I mean, is it possible to view them before it gets dark? You know,
If
like,
we do it in
could
the
you
barn
dark-
maybe or something, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the theater kind of options could be, but
I envision it being in the big barn, you know,
yeah.
where there's a lot of room.
Yeah. How many people can you get in there? Like for
1,500 or something.
Okay. So yeah.
But that's
Open to-
a lot
open
of
to
a
everybody.
lot of standing room though.
Yeah, open
But
to
if it's
everyone.
only 3 films, you know.
I mean, it could be potentially an hour and a half long. It's probably
Yeah.
not, because there's going to be some 5-minute films and there's going to be some 25-minute films.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. So
All right.
All right. So I think.
We got
Hey
one.
Porter, do we have any more prizes we gotta draw? No more. Did we just do 1 merch booth or 2?
Just one.
We only did 1.
Oh yeah, well, we're doing another one of those. And then let's have some fun.
yeah.
Last ticket.
241025.
025.
By the way, you'll get extra door prize tickets too with these, because every $30 you spend in the merch tent, you get another door prize ticket. So, these will come with 3 extra door prize tickets to the main door prizes. 241025. Anybody? Man-child?
Hey.
$100 to the Huntstock merch booth and 3 extra door prize tickets.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right, that's it. I mean,
All right.
what do you get? You guys have any closing statements? No, let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
All right, thank you guys for being here.
Yeah.
Let's
Thanks
have an
so much,
awesome
guys.
weekend.
Quick announcement too. Tomorrow morning, people will be at the registration booth at 8:30ish. So check in there. And if you still got to set up at all or anything with your car, you only got till 10 o'clock. And that's in.
So everybody's got to check in. I've got everybody's names. If I don't have your name or you haven't sent your list of who's working your booths this weekend, send them to me tonight. Either text them if you have my number or huntsuburbia@gmail.com. Send me the list of everybody working your booth. And you'll check in tomorrow. You're starting at 8. You can check in all the way to 11, whatever. I'll be there. And I'm going to give out your lanyards or your wristbands. If it's a person working one day, they'll get a wristband. If you're here all 3 days, you'll get a lanyard with the Super Pass on it. And we're giving all the door prize tickets there at the registration. So last year we went around and gave door prize tickets each morning. It's too sloppy. Everybody will get the door prize tickets for the weekend tomorrow morning at check-in. All right? Awesome.
Thank you, guys.